What's up guys, it's me, 41st Reenactor, and today I'm going to be going over how to pack and assemble a 1910 or 1928 haversack. Before I start, this isn't an exact way how you should pack your haversack, and you should do your own research into what your unit would have worn, but this is just a representation of what might have gone in there. So we're going to start off with how to attach the meat can pouch. I've already attached it this side, and I'll do the other side for you. On the back of the meat can pouch, you have these two little loops, and on the haversack, you've got these little holes, and these loops just go through the holes like that, and then you get this, and you strap it through. It can be hard to do. You might want to actually push it through that way, loop it, and put it back through the loop, like so, and that pushes it in, like so. Then the other one, you just want to get it and get this again and loop it through, like so, and that should be fairly secure on there. It shouldn't come off. If you are worried about it falling off, then you can possibly loop that round and tape it, same for the other side, but it should hold. Now on the opening sort of flap, we got this this little grommet, these grommets here, and this is designed for the 1910 tool, the M1928 tool, the 1910 Pigmatic, and the 1910 axe. I'm going to be showing you how to do it with the 1910 tool. So first of all, you want to just take this out of the cover, and then you want to try and get it under the meat can pouch so it sits there, and you loop it in these little grommets just like so. It can be hard to get to sometimes, but eventually you'll get it. Just pull that down, make it sit right. There we go. Then you've got two grommets here. That is designed for the M1 bayonet. This is the shorter version, but you can use the longer version, depending on your unit, obviously. I'll take the bayonet out, and again, I'm sure you all know how this works. And it sits just like so. Hold on. There we go. And there's a little loop down here for it to kind of sit in, but it doesn't work very well for the short bayonets. It's designed for the longer bayonets, so the short bayonet might sit loose, and I'll show you a way to combat that in a minute. On the back of the haversack, we have these straps that connect to your cartridge belt. Now on some haversacks, a modification may be where a soldier cut off these straps and just used the D-rings on the pack and wore it as a backpack. But that's not on all haversacks, so if you're buying a haversack, just look out for these straps if you want to be able to wear it on your cartridge belt. So here we have the cartridge belt, and you get these two straps on the rear, and you clip it on like so. And then you get these longer straps. You'll flip the cartridge belt round, and you get the strap that's connected onto the main part, and just hook it to whatever grommet that you like. This works on pistol belts, VAR belts, and cartridge belts. Now this strap, you can also hook it to the cartridge belt. However, it was actually designed to hook back onto the pack. Let me just do this side real quick. So on the inside of the haversack, on this flap, there are D-rings. And what you can do is you can get your D-rings and you can loop it through. And then you can get this long strap right here and you can clip it to the D-rings. So you can wear that under your arm like a normal backpack. And same for this side. You get this strap, you find the D-ring, you put it through the loop, like so. Then you get this strap here, and you clip it on, and it will be worn like this. With the cartridge belt removed, you can see better how it works. You just get these straps and they hook on to these D-rings here. But what if you're wearing the pack tail? This is the pack tail. It's got many different nicknames, but most people just call it the pack tail, and this was designed to go on the bottom of the pack to provide extra storage space. But it didn't work very well, and many GIs would ditch this and just tie stuff around the side of the pack and on top. Now, this one came with the haversack, and it came with this sort of canvas strap. I'm not sure if it is correct or not, but that's what came with it. Normally it's a leather one, but it works. Here we have the bottom of the pack and the pack tail here. And you can do this in a few different ways, but the way I do it is I get this, and then I hook it through the pack, and then I hook it back through the tail, and I just carry on doing that basically. Can be hard to do, especially with old canvas. So that's one side complete, you can see. Then we'll do the other side. Right, so there we have the strap connected. Now you might be wondering, what are you going to do about the D-rings? If I can find them. Because now you can't use these D-rings on the bottom of the pack to attach the suspenders to, or the suspenders attached to the pack. Right here. And on the tail, we have these two little D-rings, and basically these just hook to those. So in the mess tin pouch, you can carry your mess tin and your utensils. Now, not all units did this. Some guys were ordered to take them out and put more important stuff in there, but again, that's more of a unit specific thing, and you should do your own research. you can also see some guys taking off the mess tin pouches and using them for other things. So here we have the mess tin that simply slides in like so, and then on the inside of the pouch there's 3 little loops for your knife, your fork and your spoon. And then that pouch simply closes up like so. For the inside of the pack, again, it's more of a unit specific thing on what they would carry, and this is just a representation of what a guy might have had. So we've got a little K ration. I might actually put that somewhere else. Some tent pegs, half a pup tent, and 1 set of poles. So we're going to start off with a pup tent half. Guys would have half a tent, and then they'd find another guy with half a tent and combine the tents together. This is just an original 43 dated pup tent half. Then we got set of poles. These are, I think, 42 dated. Now these can go down the side like so. Got some pegs in a little peg bag that can go over there, and then a late war K ration, probably slip that there, and we'll see how this fits. Again, this isn't what every single guy would have at every single time in every single operation. It's just a little representation of what they might have had. So first of all, we'll get this flap up here, and there isn't much room in this bag. You could also put a wash roll or ditty bag in here with your personal items and stuff. At reenactments, I just carry mine in my pockets, so I don't need to put them in here, but you can if you wanted to. So we're gonna roll this side, and then we're gonna get this side. Try and keep everything as tight as I can. So we're just going to get this middle strap, and we're going to loop it under here. Then just have it like so. Can neaten it out a bit, make it look nice. We'll get this strap here. And then I'll wait to do the bottom strap. And we can just pop K ration there. That should fit. Now do be careful, because there is a gap in here. These could fall out. I'm also going to show you the little fix for the bayonet. So actually, if we open that back up, what you can do is loop the bayonet inside of the pack and do it up. So you can kind of see there. How that looks, and that won't be falling out or flapping around as much. Then we're going to get our E-tool right here and put that in the cover. Sorry about that. It can be harder to get on once you have the mess tin in its pouch. Then we can just loop that. there. And then for this bottom strap, what we can do is we can loop it over the e-tool so it stops that from moving around. There's different ways that you can do it. So that is a pretty much complete haversack right there. Obviously different e-tools, different stuff goes inside of it for different roles, different units, and in different time periods. But if you're just trying to do a simple haversack, this works. Now, if you're starting off in the hobby, a lot of this stuff, the contents can be quite expensive and not easy to come across. So you can use a wool blanket like this to fill out your haversack. You can also use it at reenactments as well. And it's just a useful bit of gear to have. So if you don't have the money to spend on stuff that you're not going to see that's in your pack, you could get yourself a wool blanket. Alright guys, to end the video, I'll just do a little look at what a web gear setup might look like. So we've got standard cartridge belt, Carlisle pouch, the Carlisle tin, canteen, cup and cover, and that's what the haversack looks like on the actual cartridge belt, and just the Springfield. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any feedback, queries or questions, just let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.